Hey guys, and welcome to a new tutorial series, and this time we are going to create an 2D MMORPG. We are not using Unity, we will create our own engine with C#, and we will create our own server in C#, we will create our own client in C#, and we are creating so much stuff you can't believe. We will create a map editor where you can edit your maps. We will create an item editor. We will using MySQL as database, and we will do a lot of stuff in this tutorial series. And before we start, thank you everyone who pledged on my Patreon page. If you want to support me as well, the link is down below in the description. You can also chat with me on my Discord server. The link is also below. You can join there and can ask questions to the community or to myself. And this is the first episode, well actually episode 0. And in this episode we are getting started with a bunch of stuff. We will set up the project. I will explain some stuff, and then later on in those tutorials we will create the MMORPG. On my last series I have started always with the server client connection, and we won't do this in this tutorial series. The server client stuff will come later on. If you're interested to see how the connection between server and client is working, you can watch my videos I did last month, I guess. And we will focus at the beginning on the client. We will load up graphics. We will load up tile sets. We create a player movement. We will create our first map. We are creating our own map files. And a whole bunch of stuff. And before we are starting, we have to get a new library for it. Most people know you can use libraries like XNA for drawing graphics, or even DirectX, but we will use SFML. So you may ask, what is SFML? I never heard of that. Well, SFML is a library which allows you to draw graphics on your project very easily. Well, it is basically the name of the library. It is called a simple fast multimedia library. So because of the name, that library has to be very awesome, right? And actually it is. It is also cross-platform, and you can use it anywhere. Also soon there will be a feature where you can export this library into Android and iOS and all kinds of stuff. So that's pretty awesome, and we will use it. So how do you get SFML? So because we are doing our tutorial series in C#, we have to download the SFML library for .NET, and you can also download the source code from SFML to create your own library and all kinds of stuff, but we will use the basic library of SFML. So how do you get that? Well, pretty that simple. You open up your browser, go into Google and type in SFML net download, okay? And then probably on the first page, you click there, and then you see sfml.net, and you can download pretty much every sfml.net version. We will use 2.2, and now you have to choose between 32-bit or 64, and because you want to reach more people out there on the internet, we will use 32 bits because you still wonder, but not many people still already have 64-bit computers. Like most of those people playing like old games, like 2D games, have 32-bit. So that's why we use the 32-bit library. And you can also you can use 32-bit on 64-bit computers, but not 64-bit on 32-bit computers. So it's just a win-win situation. So once you have downloaded it, well, it's still checking. and we are going to create a new project. So open up your Visual Studio. As I already said, we are not using Unity 3D because we will create our own engine. Okay, once you have started your Visual Studio, doesn't matter, Visual Studio 2015, 2017, or whatever you have, you can even use like Visual C# Express. Yeah, we will create, we're starting with the client, so we are going to create a new project. And now you wonder, normally it's a client, it's a window, okay, and you basically want to make a Windows Forms app, okay, but we are not using Windows Forms. Why that? Because Windows Forms, when you load it up, you basically have, how should I say, it takes up more resources when you're creating a Windows Forms project than a console. And we are using a console app. But now you ask, wait a second, why we are using a console app when we want to draw graphics? You can't draw graphics on a console app, and that's why we are using SFML. And because with SFML, you can create within a console app your own Windows Forms, which is not that big than a standard Windows Forms app. If you get the reference, okay. So we are creating a console app. We call this console app client. Or let's say, client is enough. Let's take a dictionary directory. I call it YouTube series. Okay, then we and wait till the project got loaded. All right, so we have now our client project, console application, and now once your download is done with SFML, I will put down, if you can't find it on the internet, I will put down the link, the download link into the description, so you can just click there and download the library. So as you can see, we have now SFML.NET 2.2. We open it. We go into the lib folder, and now all we need is those 4 libraries. So how do we add that? Well, I go into my solution, I right click, open folder and file explorer, right here. Oops. I will drag and drop those into my folder. Okay, and then I go into properties, references. I go on, right click on it, add reference, and then I just say pros, and then as you can see, no, that's wrong. You go into your project folder where you have put in your libraries, and then you select all 4 and hit add. Then you press OK, and now you should see under references that your libraries should get added in the into the project. Okay, great. And now we can create a new directive. Okay, we can use using, which is necessary, of course, SFML graphics, because we want to show stuff. So as next, we want to create our 3D, or in this case 2D window next to the console. So how do we do that? Well, at first we have to create a new variable, which is called, when you have added the SFML graphics, you can use now public static. And we need, in this case, we need to use static, because we only can call stuff in our main function when it's static, because it is a console app, right? So we use public static and then render render window. We call this window, for example, game window. Okay. And then under main, the first thing we do, we create a new instance of this game window. That means game window equals new game window. And then we let's see, what do we have? We do need a video mode. That means you can set up the size of your window which you want to create. In this case, we are creating a new SFML.window.video mode, and we want to have a size of, because it's a retro 2D game, we use the size of 800 by 600. And then we can add the title, let's say YouTube to the MMORPG. Boom. Now we have created a new instance of a game window. So when I hit start, probably the game window should appear, even though it is a console application. So let's see what happens. When I hit start, debug, system, an error. System CSFML -graphics.2. Okay, a big mistake. We need, of course, when you go back into your project folder, okay, then you go into your bin folder under debug. You have added those SFML net libraries, but now what else we have to add is where is it? Yeah, when you go back into your downloaded folder, you go on extlibs. You have to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to add those 5 CSFML libraries. So you just drag and drop those 5 into your binary debug folder, and then you should be good to go. So when we hit start again, what happens? Boom. As you saw, a window opened, but it's not staying open. So what can we do so the game window or the console app stays open and not closing? The way I do it is I am creating a new static void, and I call this game. So I can say while we will create a loop. So while game window, our game window is open. So the system checks if our game window, which we have created here, is open. Then we can say while game window is open, then we say game window dot display. So the game window should stay open for now. So after we have created now in our main method, we have created our game window, we can call our while loop with game, and now the game window should stay open. There you go. Now we have our game window here, and we have our console application there. Okay, so what else we can do? We can do let me see. Yeah, of course we need to game window dot dispatch events, because we do not want to have any events once the loop is done. Okay, so we start again from new. After that, we can say game window dot clear, because we want to clear, after every loop we want to clear the game screen. So we can clear the game screen, and we can set a color for that, color dot, for example, red. And yeah, now once we start, boom, that happened. There you go. Awesome. We have created our game window, and we can see our console application. if you wonder why we are using console application, well, as I already said, it is faster in first place, and also maybe you saw it in different games. When you have, for example, open up Call of Duty, then for a millisecond there's a console window. Before the game starts, a console window will open and close directly, and then the game starts. Every major game company is not like using Windows Forms. They are using their own stuff, and they are using console application because it is not that big than Windows Form. Alright, so we successfully have created like our game window, and we can do with it now whatever we want, right? But it is the first episode. I want you guys to know how everything works and how you can set it up. And in the next episode, we are starting to create our first graphic. We will create our first map, and I hope you like it. I hope you will follow this series, and also leave a comment, leave a like. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I can upload the next episode very soon, because right now I have some internet issues. But thank you for watching. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.